Welcome to Why Wait? Look better, feel better, be your best from the inside out with me, Georgette LePage. Tune in each month as Dr. Pat Baccili and I discuss topics that are often seen as roadblocks to weight loss. Each discussion will offer you practical solutions for transformational changes. Being healthy doesn't have to be hard or impossible. Empowering yourself with new strategies and new ideas can jumpstart your healthy journey and bring forth a tidal wave of joyful, positive results. I live and breathe what I teach. Allow me to be living proof of what can work for you. Your brain is your best asset, so you'll learn how to take charge of your thoughts, feelings, and actions. Are you ready for the real results you want? We'll see you there.
Oh my gosh, I cannot believe what Georgette and I are going to talk about today. This is Why Wait. This is Georgette LePage's show. So this is so funny. So this is the episode today. Do my clothes fit me, and do I fit my clothes? This is so funny, as she and I were just talking about this. And Linda just talked to me about going through her entire closet and just for whatever reason, trying everything on. And Linda lives with her sister. Her sister is saying now, Karen, like, look out Nordstrom's rack, right? Because so Karen drags Linda to the rack. And, you know, if you're not used to looking at this question, do your clothes fit me and do I fit my clothes? This is the conversation we're going to start. We're going to talk about how our confidence is affected by this. Because Georgette, so great that you're taking this topic on, because I don't think I can't speak for men, but I don't think as women, we really think about this enough, do we?
Absolutely. Absolutely. And this comes from, it kind of grew out of our last topic on the last show, the tail of the scale. And we were kind of joking, we should talk about clothes. And yes, we should. There's so much psychology in our closet and about how we feel around our clothes and in our clothes. And it goes perfectly with the idea of weight loss and healthy lifestyle. And it's really today too, not just the outside. We're always working on the inside first, because nothing will change if the inside doesn't make a few adjustments first. And that's one of my biggest messages. And I know we've talked about that almost on every show.
Yeah.
But today is really, it's super fun because it's for absolutely everybody. No matter what your weight loss journey is, even if you're right where you want to be, I guarantee there's something today that you're going to find that you can make an adjustment with in your closet.
Yeah, I love talking about this. And for those of you out there, we'd love to hear from you, whether it be on Transformation Talk Radio over on Facebook. But do you have a favorite outfit? Now, let me tell you why I'm bringing it up, because I commented like, oh my gosh, I didn't get the memo on the color coordination, because almost always I'll get an email from one of the hosts that say, I'm wearing purple. Can you right? But it's interesting this morning how I selected this. So I have clothes in my closet. I could have matched colors, but today I wanted to buy my almost looking bowling shirt. I wanted to wear my almost looking I mean, really, I did. I was like, what do I want to wear today? I said, oh, I want to wear my really cool bowling shirt that has like these like things in them. Why? Because the minute I put it on, there was no afterthought. Can we talk about that for a minute? Can we talk about how do I feel about what I wear and about what's hanging out in my closet? Because Linda just went through her entire closet. I haven't done it yet because I have some goals I want to reach. But clearly, when I smiled at my little, it's not a bowling shirt, but it could be a bowling shirt. And I smiled and looked at it. I said, I'm wearing that today.
Yes.
About what that means from your perspective. Now, by the way, what's the news flash? I didn't pay a cent for this.
Ah. Wow.
Right? But let's talk about why we have that reaction from your perspective in our relationship with clothes.
Yes, this is oh gosh, this could be like 10 shows. This is so good. Everybody has something to do with this. And I don't my favorite outfit, as you asked, kind of alternates like season to season or year to year. This is currently one of my favorite shirts. It's red, it's
Love it.
cheerful. I love red. I did one of my Fun Fact Friday reels one time about colors and what you wear and how you feel in colors. So that's something we can weave in too. But there's something about when you put on a piece of clothing, just your insides, just like your mind just goes. And for sometimes it's in a great spot. You feel so comfortable and you're not as concerned about what it looks like to somebody else. It's yours, you love it. And sometimes it is torture to find an outfit that you feel like that in. So it kind of depends on where you are in your weight loss journey. But for the most part, we all have some comfortable clothes that we can go to, and we have things we look good in and or think we look good in. We don't care what anybody else thinks, but yeah, there's so much to unpack with all of this. It's just amazing what goes on when you put clothes on. And
I may surprise you during the break.
Okay, we're
I
having
may
a wardrobe
surprise you.
change.
I don't know. I could, but I won't. That would be so obvious, wouldn't it? I mean, like, oh my gosh, what am I, Christina Aguilera? But but now that I'll tell you, as you're talking about it, I'll tell you where I went.
Okay.
Now, people don't usually comment on what I wear. They usually say, oh, you look good. Oh, you look tired. I get all that, right? But when I go, play the sport that I love to play, I am forever roasted about my table tennis shoes.
Oh.
Forever. And people ask me, why can't you just get one pair of shoes with one color? So let's talk about this, because a lot of times, and I want to ask you this question, this is really important, but let's talk about why we don't grab things and what happens when our closets are not organized. Because how do we pick things we want and why? Now, I know why I picked those shoes, but I don't want to take a lot of time now talking about it. I mean, I know why when I go pick a color shoes, bright orange works for me. But a lot of times we just don't want to pick something because we think I'm too heavy for that. I haven't met my goals. Tell us about all of the shoulda, woulda, couldas that go on in our closet.
Absolutely. Oh my gosh, your closet, wouldn't it be wonderful if it felt like a boutique? Instead of maybe when you go in there and you just look at all these beautiful things hanging out and you don't feel you're worthy of any of them. I mean, there are two ways to look at this. But yes, we pick things and we have different tastes, we have different styles. And again, our styles change. Sometimes we get super kind of comfortable with who we are and how our clothes are, and we don't like update them. But going into your closet says a lot, and what your closet looks like says a lot about how you feel about yourself as well. Gosh, I've seen some closets. I've helped my sisters organize their closets over the years, and we laugh so hard at some of the things that we find in the closet. There's a lot going on in a closet. You may hang on to clothes that you had in high school or college or 10, 20 years ago because they might mean something to you.
Yeah.
Even though you can't get your legs in them, your pants, they're there. You may have something with the tag still on them because you're hoping that you could be a different size. You may have bigger clothes, smaller clothes. There could be so many things in there, and there usually are. But it does say something about you, how you treat your clothes, how you organize them. And it kind of is a reflection of how you treat yourself, how you honor yourself, for starters. I would say, what's hanging out in your closet does say a lot about you and how you view your own body, for example.
How have you overcome your own personal closet demons?
My closet demons. I do have a very organized closet for the most part. There will be some days, I'm going to be honest, that if I try on a couple things, because I like to plan the night before for my outfits. Usually, not always, but usually. But I might, try something on and it's not exactly how I would want it to feel. So there can be a pile that accumulates just for a very short amount of time. So like my husband can come home sometimes and say, "Ooh, something happened in here." So, but for the most part, I treat my closet like a boutique, and I organize it well. I hang things in color-coded areas, different seasons, like the short sleeves are together, and within the short sleeves, they are all organized so that I can see what I have and I can see what I feel like wearing, because colors do play a lot in it for sure. And we do have seasonal clothes. I wouldn't wear the same things necessarily. Even in this warm climate I'm in, I wouldn't wear everything all year long. But it's how I treat my clothes and how I honor them, and how I hang them and how I organize them. And, even for the jewelry, that's very important too. That's a big accessory. But if you were to walk into my closet right this second, you would say, somebody cares about taking care of her clothes.
Yeah.
I love most of the days.
Well, and I love that we're talking about it because, I didn't expect to wear this today. I expected to go fully back into the studios, into our offices. I was planning on going in, and bright and early this morning, I get a message from, this is what I'm saying, we're in the new normal now. I get a message that says, "Oh, by the way, I think it said 3 of your people that you were with on Saturday tested positive for COVID." So I can't, so here's the decision. So I get up, I'm like you, I look at my closet, I give myself 3 options for the day, not one. I'll look at 3 things, don't ask me, and I'll pull them out. So I knew there were 3 things I was going to wear to come in today. And I often find that when I have something like this, it shifts something in me. So let's talk about emotions when we get back, because what shifted for me, I'm up at 5 this morning. I am telling you, I am dressed in something totally different. My laptop is right. I got little special gifts I'm bringing for the producers. They're very cool. They're really cool little gifts. And my phone pings at about 6 a.m. It just pings. And I thought, my phone pings all the time, but this time I thought, oh, it's got to be Linda, but maybe not. And I checked. Now, why did I change my outfit? Why did I change from what I had on? What was going on with me? And I have to tell you, Georgette, I did not think about it till you started to talk about this today. It's fascinating to me. But why did I change? When we come back from break, we're going to take a very short break. It's going to be like 60 seconds. When we come back, Georgette's going to take us through the emotional side of who we are. Like, ask yourself the question, how do you feel on the inside? Why would somebody like me, dressed in a totally different outfit, more the shade Georgette's wearing, go back into my closet and get my bowling shirt? I don't know if it's a bowling shirt, but I call it a bowling shirt. Let's take a short break. Before we go to break, can you tell people how they can work with you? Tell them about the programs you're creating, and also tell them, this part of what we're talking about is part of what you cover. It isn't just about the food, right? So what is the best way for people to find out about you?
Yes, my website is georgettelepage.com, and I do have my signature program as a 10-week inside out melts away program, which works on getting rid of the mental weight and the physical weight together. Can't really do one too well without the other. Work one-on-one with you, get a lot of attention. I'm a super fantastic listener, and that's a big part of coaching. You want someone who's going to listen to you, and you want someone who's going to hold you accountable. And I do that very well. So find out more about me. Let's do a discovery session and see if we're a good match.
It's very rare also to have a coach that can be compassionate and hold people accountable, as well as bringing the wisdom and the experience you bring to really lean towards success. When we come back, how do you feel in your clothes? What was it that made me very intuitively, no thought at all, walk back into the bedroom, knowing that I could not go into the office? It wouldn't be right for me to go into the office, but come back out in my bowling shirt. Why did I do that? Let's take a short break. Everybody, Jacob, Rowan, we'll be right back. Hey, everybody, welcome back. It's so great to have all of you tune us in and turn us on. What a great show we have. But even more importantly than the show, it's a message. It is what Georgette LePage brings to the forefront and helps us with. And, you know, look, Georgette, right? There are many, 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 many ways that our subconscious would want to play tricks on us. That's what I call them. Now, why didn't I just stay dressed? Right?
Yeah.
Why didn't I, what's my camera doing? Why didn't I just stay dressed? What's your thought on why I changed my clothes?
I'm guessing you didn't think you were worthy of the outfit that you had on, and it's just going to be you. So you're just going to stay home. So you changed. You just kind of downgraded yourself.
Yeah.
I think.
Well, one of the things I thought about is, you know, the fact that I did not and was not able to go in is like a bummer.
Yeah.
Right. Now, this is a happy shirt. It's a very light shirt. It's a bright blue. I'm not known to wear bright blue. Right. On the show, maybe a little bit. But I didn't even think about why I grabbed it. Because sometimes don't we wear clothes to try to give us an emotional lift that would not be there otherwise? Yeah. And it doesn't matter what the reason is, right?
Right. I mean, think about it. For the last couple of years, a lot of us worked from home when we didn't before, or didn't get out as much. A lot of people changed their clothes, like their habits of what they wore went to completely casual wear. You know, the yoga pants, the leggings, all the things. And now we're getting back to, you know, being with people more often, and we have more reasons to dress up again, to be out socially. And sometimes we just don't realize how to handle that. We get comfortable with being, you know, our brain likes to keep us where it knows that we're safe. So by you changing up to something that was more comfortable, you know, you're at home, and home is a comfortable place for most people. And, you know, oh, I'll save that for another time. It's just like China. Why do we save that? We save it, we never use it. We all have great clothes that you know, nobody has, you know, we all have something that we're proud of, something that we like to wear. And think about what you save that for. Do you save it for special occasions? Do you save it for special people? Does your family just get to see the casual side of you? It's fascinating to me about clothes. I love clothes. I love them so much. And I think they, you know, you need to fit into your clothes like your clothes need to fit into you. It's a two-way street. And a lot of people don't think of it that way. I kind of like, when I go through my closet, I have a rule, a one in, one out. So when I get something that comes in my closet, whether it's something I buy, it's a gift for a birthday or something, or I have this, one of my sisters has the most wonderful taste in clothes, and she often gets tired of them. So she gives them to me, and I just get so excited. It's like they're brand new to me. And so, but I have to be honoring my closet, not over cluttering it. So one in, one out. So I do donate a lot of clothes.
Yeah.
But it says a lot about what we save things for, and what's in that closet that we're saving, and does it still have sentimental value to us, maybe?
Yeah.
And is it time to let go?
Yeah. Let's talk about this for a minute, because I want to address the issue that we talked about in previous shows. And one of the issues that I want to address is what all the statistics and studies are saying. For whatever reason, people have put on a few pounds. And what I'm finding is, and please tell me if this is true, because this is something to help people with. There is this, for them now, a new normal, which may be 10 pounds or more than they've been carrying. And the first thing that happens sometimes is, I'm not going to buy any clothes. So what are we doing with that? One, we probably don't feel good about the fact that we put on the weight. Two, we're now going back to the office where what? They haven't seen us in 2 years.
Yes. Yes.
And three, the idea is, I am not going to buy something new for myself until I ... I think we need to address that.
Yeah.
Because what are you saying to yourself? Are you saying, I'm just going to wait till I lose the weight? Or are you going to say, I'm not worth going out and buying something new? I don't deserve to have something new because I've gained. I mean, I could go on and on, but that's kind of a pattern, right?
Absolutely. Absolutely. And we always uncover with people. I always uncover with my clients that means that you're not holding yourself worthy. You're waiting until, let me lose the 20 pounds and then I'll get some jeans that fit. Well, in the meantime, you need some clothes. So buy a few things. I have one client right now who has, is having a little trouble getting her weight off. And she said, I'm not buying anything. And I said, well, what are you going to wear? And she said, I'll just wear what I have. It'll be tight. To me, that would be a daily reminder that I'm struggling. It could be a motivator, and it could be the opposite. It could be really something that defeats you. So that's a tough one. But I think
a tough one.
It is very tough, but it's true. It's real for people. I've heard that all the time. I'll get more, I'll go shopping, when I lose the 10 pounds, or, I don't want to buy any more clothes right now, or I'm in the middle of losing weight, so I'm going to go lower. So I'm not going to buy anything. So it's everything, but you need to have some basic things in your wardrobe that fit your body.
Yeah.
Again, like I said last time, people do not check the tag on your clothing. Like tags, they don't know really what size you are. I know we are all concerned. There's a big red flag pointing to, big arrow pointing to our size. That's only something we make up in our heads. People don't really probably even think about what we weigh as much as we do. Thank goodness.
Yeah.
So yeah, there's so much there. I would really look at it, flip it a bit, and treat yourself as if you deserve to wear clothing that suits you and serves you. So if right now you're in transition from one size to another, get a couple of things. You don't have to have a whole new wardrobe. Get a couple things that will hold you over. And I'm sure you have things in your closet that are waiting for you if that's the case. A lot of people have hung on to the clothes that they used to fit into and want to, and some will get there and some will not touch those clothes again for whatever reason. So it's so therapeutic. It's like a massive therapy session to go into your closet, get it all out of there, take every single thing out, and then look at it piece by piece. Does this serve me? Or yes or no? If not, thanks for the memories. I'm moving on.
Yeah.
There's so many places to donate clothes to.
Oh yeah.
My gosh, we're in such need in this country. That would be easy. And make space for other things. You can't keep adding without taking something out. And that's not just about clothes either.
And, this is really the thing to really go through and, really look at why we hold on to these things. I mean, there may be some very good reasons why we're holding on to some things. We know ultimately dropping the 10 pounds, I'm going to get back into that, whatever that is that I really love. I mean, those are the things. but I think we almost do this in bulk. I think we have this notion that it's in my closet, it's too overwhelming to go through it, and it's emotional. You know, not only are you looking at your closet, and I think this is where your work comes in too.
Yeah.
I think people have to be ready to take that on. I think that they have to listen to all the other shows we've done so far and to really get embedded and some of the coaching work that prepares you for that. But once you do it, there is this sense of freedom, isn't there? Now, I'm not going to say you're not going to cry over that 20-year Hawaiian shirt that you bought that you really like. Actually, I have Hawaiian shirts that go, I'm serious about it. I have 2 Hawaiian shirts that go back to 1975. They're almost collector items. They're rayon. They're old rayon. They're just beautiful. But that's a little different for me.
Yeah.
I could have worn one of the Hawaiian shirts today. There you go. But that's a little different. We're not talking about that for people.
No.
We're really talking about what's going to make you feel good and how not to attach to the feelings of lack of self-worth and self-esteem around who you are on the inside and out, right?
Absolutely. Absolutely. And again, no matter where you are on your journey, there's something to be said about the clothes that you have for yourself, and what they do for you. There may be some that you're almost there to get back into. That's great. There may be some you have bad memories in. There's one outfit I know I used to wear, and I think I went to someone's funeral wearing that. I never wore it again. Never wore it again. I just couldn't get over how hard that was. And so there's a lot of emotion with what we wear. And if you're someone that takes pride in what you wear, and you have your own, everybody has their own style, but if you take time and you try to feel your best and look your best, there's a lot going on in your clothes, in your closet, in your drawers. And just open a drawer and see how you're honoring yourself. Is everything stuffed in there, or is it nicely folded like little packages? I love the Marie Kondo folding. Love it. How is that? What does that say about how you care about yourself? That's a huge message, no matter what your size is. We're always trying to improve. And again, it's time for you, right? At this point in your life to treat yourself to clothes that honor you. If you like certain colors and you feel great in them, wear them. Doesn't matter, what anybody else thinks. If there's certain trends that come and go, if you're still in that trend, you rock it. That's good for you. And as long as you have clothes that fit your body so that you're feeling good about yourself.
Yeah. This is really a great opening for when we come back, because how many decisions do we make not because of who we are? How many decisions do we make? Now, why am I saying this? I'm going to go get my sneakers during the break, because I was told by my car dealership here a bunch of years ago, when I bought one of the first orange Nissan Rogues, bright orange. And he said to me, "I can't believe you bought that car." And I said, "I don't understand." He said, "That car has been on the lot." He said, "It's a bright orange car." And I said, "Of course I know it's a bright orange car. And I'm going to come back in 3 years after my lease is up, and I'm going to get another one." And what happened now with that car? So I was one of the first in the state of Washington. He said pretty much nobody was buying that car. Now that car is everywhere. So what is it about that? And why am I having a hissy fit? Because they no longer offer this exact color. Why does color matter? And what happens if you select something that people next to you do not like? Are you comparing yourself? What are you doing? Here's what we're going to talk about with Georgette LePage when we come back. Comparison is the silent killer of self-worth. It is. And we do it more with clothing than just about anything else, more than cars, more than homes. When we come back, Georgette is going to take us on a journey. How do I compare myself in terms of what I wear and don't wear? Jacob, let's take a short break. We'll be right back with Georgette. Hey everybody, welcome back. You're listening to Why Wait. Georgette, before we go any further, I want to make sure that folks know how they can find out more about you, how they can work with you, and then we'll show everybody my sneakers.
Okay. My website is georgettelepage.com. You go on there and you can contact me for a 15-minute discovery session to see if what I offer matches what you need to get your results. And then we can get going. I have a signature 10-week inside out melt away program, which is no joke. It is 10 weeks, which is plenty of time to change a habit. And we get right down to business one-on-one. I'm a great listener. I hold you accountable, and I am very sympathetic and loving, but firm. So if you're ready for someone to walk alongside you, nudge you along and encourage you, I'm your person. So check me out, check out my work there and see if you're interested.
Yeah, I want to just give a shout out because I know what it's like to work with Georgette, and I really count her as the primary person that literally helped me get back to play the sport that I love and to do something that, you know, I went through two knee replacements. And, you know, when you go through something like that, and you're trying to battle so many things, whether it's weight gain or how you feel about yourself. And you were instrumental in coaching me along. So I got out there. And you see, now you can't not get me out there. It's fascinating. But but here's the thing we're talking about here. It's comparison. Now, if I listen to what people said to me about the table tennis shirts I wear, which I'm not going to drag out today, but the sneakers, my table tennis shoes, just for everybody to know, they're not like other shoes and they're not like other sneakers. First of all, they're very light and they have stuff on the bottom that make them better. Okay, this is your average everyday. You'll find people wearing something like this. My version was something similar from 2019 because it had some very special support. But thanks to Georgette, when I went out and played, I said, I need to have more color. And so I started to play with these, right? Nice color, green and blue. And then I wore these. They still have all the support. And I got to tell you, somebody said to me, are you losing it? I mean, honestly, and I just didn't see that. And let's talk about how a comment from somebody like that, right? These are my little happy sneakers. I love them. My coach said to me I shouldn't wear them because they give away my footwork, but that's not the point. Just a comment from somebody or a social media post or a television commercial. We're right down the tubes, aren't we?
We are. And you know, if I saw you wearing those shoes, I would say, way to go. You rocked them. And I think I need a pair too. I mean, that's how I've become. You know, I was that person who was a little bit shy to try, you know, the trendy clothes or something new or a color that was super bright. And if you were looking at my closet, there are a lot of bright colors. I have a variety, but I am not afraid to put on a super bright color. And I feel so good when I wear colors like that, but I don't compare myself. I don't compare myself with anybody. I know what I like. I know the colors that aren't my favorites, but I have some of them maybe, but my mood changes completely when I put on something like red or hot pink, or I love blue. There's actually not a color I really don't like, but you just kind of change it up and you get comfortable with just having your own style. And we kind of have to grow into that because, you know, everything's about what's in fashion right now, what's hot, what's out there. Honestly, I don't want to wear the same thing that everybody else wears. I want to have my own style. And a couple years ago, I had someone say to me, I really like your style. And I thought, oh, I have one. I didn't think about it. We all have something that we do, either accessorize really well, or we just take our body shape and we dress
Yeah.
around it, dress it well. But the thing that stops us the most and holds us back is comparing ourselves to other people.
Yeah.
We're not other people. We are one beautiful gift of a person,
Yeah.
and we don't have to be like everybody else. It would be so boring. When we're losing weight, when we're on our journey of health, it's just you're doing it for you, and you're on your journey. You're not on everybody else's journey. And of course, we've talked about this before. Social media is in your face about
Yeah.
what you should wear, what looks good right now. Well, sometimes I don't know who decides that, but it's not something that might work for me. So I'm comfortable with being myself, and I think
Yeah.
that comes from a lot of years of just working on your brain, working on your habits, and getting yourself to the point that you truly are very confident in, and you love who you are inside and
Yeah.
out.
Now, let me ask you about this because putting the sneakers aside, I wish I could say that I wasn't a little bit taken aback by the comments until
Yeah.
one guy said something to me. What did he say? Oh, and by the way, guess who else got an orange car here this year? Just guess, Jessica. Okay, so let's just put that. She didn't get the same orange as me, but she did get an orange car.
Okay.
Because I live in the Pacific Northwest. It is gray here. I don't care what you're looking at with the weather and the sunshine, people right now. Okay, I spent a summer here and I thought they were lying to me. This is a place we get a lot of green and a lot of plush. So walking out to an orange car, that'll make your day. But here's the thing I want to ask you about, because this is so important. We have to reframe this conversation. We have to create a new narrative, because it's like the guy said to me, you know what? If you didn't play so dang good, you wouldn't be able to pull off those shoes. And I couldn't, my brain couldn't calculate what he was saying. It was like, if I didn't play so well, I couldn't put, I would wear these shoes whether I played well or not. But in his mind, it was almost like he was saying, you get to wear the shoes because you play well. And I'm telling you, comments like that come at us every time, all the time. Let's talk to people about what you've learned about comparison and how does it tie right in to not just self-worth, but the motivation to really set some goals for the weight that we want to be, so we don't have to why wait.
Right. That's right. That's right. And it is a great tool, a great strategy that you can have to kind of grow some thick skin and be confident in yourself and who you are, regardless of the people that are going to say something about you, because they're out there. Even sometimes they're the closest people to us, our family members, can often make little digs about what we're eating, what we're not eating, how we're working out, what we look like. It's just usually it's a fear of them that, the attention's going to be on them next, and they're not ready to make some changes. So it's kind of never about us. It's about their own issues. But, if you just remind yourself that you do what you want to do, you wear what you want to wear what makes you feel good, wear what you think looks good on you. And if you're not quite sure about that, then do the work to get your body in a different spot. That might be a really good motivator. Say, okay, I'm doing this for me, not for everybody else. I'm doing it for myself. I'd like different clothes. I'd like to look this way. I'm going to do the work. That's a huge motivator. It's not something that's defeatist attitude or hard on yourself. It can be a very healthy motivator. So you kind of have to decide what you're going to do with it, because there are always going to be people that disagree with your jewelry choices, or, not that it's any of their business, because it's not, but it's hard for us not to take that like a little, personal attack. If someone talks about your shoes, or, your outfit, or your glasses, or your hair, I've had a lot of people say something before about your hair. I don't color my hair. It's the funniest thing going on. I should have to, but I don't. But I get all the time.
You don't color your hair?
I do not. This is God 101.
Give me some of that. Okay, see that? So you see my natural color, yeah?
It's beautiful.
Over there?
You're so beautiful.
Why do I do it? I just want to,
Right,
right?
totally.
Well, let's
If I
talk
wanted,
about this
yes, I
because
mean, I would, but people like make little attacks, and I'm like, hey, I know the truth, and that's okay.
somebody asked me the other day if I had a nip and tuck job on my face, and I'm like, what the? But let's talk about this because here we are. Our clothes are tied into our bodies. Our
Yes.
bodies are tied in for a lot of people to self-esteem. Now,
Yes.
here is one thing that I don't care who you are, at some point in time, even if you are the best fit person, except if you're Barbara Scheidegger, of course, when somebody says, let's go get a bathing suit.
Yeah, not the most popular outing to
How's
make
that
with
been
someone.
working for you though?
Yeah, I'm better. I usually bring one of my sisters so that they can give me their honest opinion,
Yeah.
because I tend to buy clothes that are bigger than they should be. I don't know. I always have done that, but they will tell me honest truth, and we kind of laugh. We have some laughs, but it's not high on my list of things to do, but I've gotten better. I went this summer by myself and I had a very good experience. Even the lady at the shop said to me, you're doing very well. A lot of people that come in here have a lot of trouble. And I said, I've had to work up to this. I said, I am who I am. This is
Yeah.
but this is what I have to work with, and I'm happy with it. And she just looked at me like, wow. And I was so proud because I didn't
Yeah.
go in there hyperventilating. I went in to find something that suited my body. And it was good.
I'm glad you shared that. I want to remind everybody, if this is the first time you've heard me say this, my sister died on a hospital floor in Yonkers, I think close to 450 pounds. Now, you've heard me mention that because during some of the other shows we did, I talked about her struggle. It seems to be, according to my uncle, a family thing. Every time I would show up, my uncle's passed now, so I don't get it anymore. Every time I'd show up, he'd say something about, have you gained any weight?
Mhm.
And I'm like, okay, where are you getting that from? Do I look like I gained weight, Uncle Ralph? I mean, I have got muscle. So just one comment from him, because it comes from a family of comments because of my sister. But I want to say this, and I want you to talk about this. Anybody can change their clothing experience, but it's more difficult to do it without a coach and somebody to help you. My sister, she was my sister. She was proud of who she was. She was one of the most popular people you ever met. I shared this before on the show. When she passed away, blocks and blocks of people came from all over to her service. And she never felt uncomfortable about what she wore or how she showed up. I honestly don't know how she did it. If she was here today, I'd be talking to her about it.
Yeah.
She was happy and she was loved. And don't we want that for people today? Because if you don't love yourself, I'm not sure that you can achieve your weight loss goals. I don't know. What do you think?
Absolutely. You have to be your number one cheerleader. You have to absolutely love who you are and then take care of who you are. If that means losing some weight, then great. If that means exercising more, moving more, great. If it means working with someone who can help you do that and walk alongside you and clean out your closet with you. I've done that with clients before. We've gone through the closet. It's a very emotional thing. If you need someone to do that, that's why we coaches are here. But you never have to feel alone. The big world we have, you do not have to feel alone, but you really will find benefits to loving yourself and accepting who you are and always making yourself better. None of us is perfect. None of us is exactly what we should be. We are always evolving. It's something's not quite right if you're not always growing and learning. I mean, I can't tell you the things I've learned from being a coach, just by doing them myself and learning. And, someone wants to know more about something more scientific like sugar, the effects of sugar. I will go and study and learn and try things. Someone wants to know about certain food plans. I will go and test them out. I have to be able to go first in order for someone to understand that I can pick them up by the hand and walk alongside them.
Yeah.
So, but loving yourself is number one,
Yeah.
without a doubt.
And it plays out in the dressing room when you go to try. First of all, if you can get somebody to go buy clothes. Now, look, when I go to buy clothes, I'll tell you what, I usually go with Linda or Karen because they tell me, go in the dressing room and stay there. And they grab clothes off of the racks and they bring me the clothes to try on, right? Some of it is a hit for me. Some of it they think I look good in. But you see, I'm very unattached. And so I do a much better job with what they do. Karen is a master shopper. People should hire Karen, Linda's sister. They should hire her to do this. The woman loves to shop. And by the way, if it doesn't fit, she will return them for you. See, some people are just drawn to that.
Yeah.
My worst nightmare is buying clothes and then having to take them back to return. But look, we can't all be everything. But this thing is, you've got to change your clothing experience. And don't you have to find, Georgette, you got to find the thing to help you change. Now, why am I even bringing it up? I have a close friend and we're kind of closet tattoo people. Neither one of us has been able to get a tattoo. Her because of her marriage, and me because my first experience, I was allergic.
Oh.
But I watch all the tattoo shows. So she says to me the other day, I think we should go get the tattoo. And she says, but honestly, we need to build some muscle up in those arms before we go. We are not going to get flabby arm tattoos. And both of us laughed, and she was right. But out of that came an interesting motivation, right? Now, I'm not telling people to run out and get a tattoo because everybody's got their tattoo story. Everybody's got that thing that will help them take that next step. And that's what I wanted to talk with you about. Everyone has what Jean Houston calls a tipping point.
Yeah.
Who knew it would be watching Ink Master, have her call me and say, okay, let's go, right? Who knew that would be that would be the moment at this point in time in my life.
Yeah.
To say, oh, that's cool. I will get on the Fit Gym 4 times a week now. Who knows what that is? But we have to find that sweet spot, don't we? That's going to get us to take a step that we would have ordinarily been afraid to take, right?
Absolutely. Sometimes it's an event that's coming up that's more short term. Sometimes it is, just wanting to feel better. Sometimes it is, okay, I want to be able to fit into the clothes that already exist in my closet. For everybody, it's something different, right? And the dressing room is a whole social study, psychological study in itself. I always laugh because I just wrote a blog about this. My mom and I, when we go shopping, when she visits, it's hysterical. And she agrees. And I know she's going to be watching this. He says the same thing every time. Oh my gosh, I don't feel right. Or we'll laugh and I'll say, Mom. And she's like, I know. And we laugh so hard at the dressing room, but people can be so tough on themselves.
Yeah.
I mean, all you have to do is go in there and you could hear people talking and they're like, oh, this looks awful.
Oh,
I need a bigger size. And I'm sure the people that work there are just, they're used to it. But it says a lot about how we go in there with a mindset. We're always self-defeating before we even try something on. We may get the wrong sizes on purpose. We may get way too big. We may not try something on because it's cute and we don't deserve cute. I would actually love to work in a dressing room sometime just to see, just to tell one person, say, oh gosh, try that again. Let's try this again.
Yeah.
Kind of do a redo. But yeah, there's just so much going on with how we are treating ourselves for sure. And just kind of bumping off the thoughts that other people have about us and that they're making for us.
Yeah. I want to tell people again how they can work with you because, we're talking about one thread in a whole fabric of what you do. We're talking about one thread. And we've done these shows and each show has been a different thread, but you have to weave this so you see the entire fabric of what we're talking about.
Yeah.
And, bottom line is there are things that we could be doing that we just don't do because we don't feel good about our bodies. We don't feel good about how much we weigh. We don't feel good about going and buying some new clothes. And these are the underpinnings
Yeah.
that got my sister to be 450 pounds, not the clothes, not the food, the things that are underneath. And that's what you master at.
Yeah. Yeah. That is huge. I mean, sometimes we just don't know what we can do. We are just caught up in life. We're on the little gerbil wheel and we're not thinking, we're not maybe letting ourselves be open to trying something different, a new strategy. You hear people all the time, I've tried everything. We haven't tried everything. It might feel like we've tried everything, but certainly when you walk alongside a coach, when you have friends you surround yourself with who are helpful and supportive on your weight loss journey, it does make a big difference for sure. It helps you, it motivates you instead of holding you back. So you always have to watch who's around you and where your, where your energy is going.
Yeah,
for sure.
I'm very fortunate. I have a best friend who, if it wasn't for Linda, I wouldn't be here with this network right now. Linda came before everybody else here at the network. And I watched her show up and learn things. There's nobody that understands the business of this and client relationships better than Linda. As a matter of fact, one of our new producers, Rowan, who's listening, is going to get to work with Linda. And so is Lydia, so are other people. But the reason I bring her up is I have found you have to find somebody that you feel safe with.
Yes.
Right? Like you said, your sister,
Yes.
right? Obviously, your mother is trust you enough to take to go with you.
Yes.
Because if we don't, all we get is more of seriously, nobody's going to see the ball. They're just going to be watching your feet. I mean, we'll get more of that. I'd love to know from you again. Tell us about the program. And man, I'd love to know your personal message about these because it's about clothes, but it's really not, is it?
Absolutely, absolutely. And I'm most grateful for the family I have, and I have 3 sisters total. So I am triply blessed with people that I can live life with. It's wonderful. And my message is that each body is beautiful and unique. It's a gift. You've been given one body. So you have a choice. How are you going to treat your body? And that plays out to, what you're going to do if you need to go on a weight loss journey or just take care of what you have. How are you moving your body? How are you thinking about your body? And just the respect that you have for yourself. And I guarantee you, when you get these things in place, your confidence will just skyrocket. You're going to feel so good on the inside and out. And that will affect how you show up physically and emotionally, but certainly with what you wear. I can always tell when someone's having a really confident day, how not just what they wear, but how they wear it. So I hope for each person that you will feel that. And you can visit me at georgettelepage.com, see what my program is, my 10-week Inside Out Melt Away program. Get in touch with me so we can start working together. This is a perfect time of year. It may not seem that way, but before the holidays is the better time for sure.
Oh my gosh, yeah. Because you will learn about the potholes you're just about to step into, as opposed of reflecting back and trying to dig yourself out of the pothole you stepped in.
And that Halloween candy is already out in the stores, so we can work now.
And look, one of the things that I promised our audience I would talk about, I might even put a panel together, and it's why our society doesn't acknowledge that weight loss is an option for women 60 years and older. 60 is the new 40.
Yes.
But why our society right now, everything about this, except if you work with Georgette and a coach, when they look at you, they look and say, I don't think, Pat, you're going to get that tattoo. I love when people say I can't do something, don't you?
Me
Georgette,
too.
thank you so much. Please
Thank
give
you.
your website one more time. Thank you so much for today. And thank you that I wore my little bowling shirt too. That I love.
Yes. GeorgetteLePage.com. Check me out, check out my content, and get in touch with me. And you could be the next person ready to melt away all your weight inside and out before the holidays.
Yes. For those of you out there, please, if you haven't listened to all of this, go back and listen to it. Underneath what we're talking about are areas where your self-esteem is being chipped away, one comment at a time, one shirt at a time, one moment at a time. Thank you all for tuning us in, turning us on. Please get a hold of Georgette. Jacob, thank you. Rowan, thank you. We'll see you next time.
You've been listening to Why Wait? Look better, feel better, be your best from the inside out with me, Georgette LePage. Tune in each month as Dr. Pat Baccili and I tackle topics that are often seen as roadblocks for weight loss. Being healthy doesn't have to be hard or impossible. This show leaves you feeling empowered with new strategies and ideas to jumpstart your new health journey. If you're interested in finding out more about me, visit georgettelepage.com.